Long ago, in the golden days of myth, there lived a king named Sisyphus, cleverer than any man and bolder than most gods. He ruled the city of Corinth with cunning and charm, always one step ahead of his enemies, and the gods themselves. He tricked death. Twice. The first time, he chained Thanatos, the god of death, so that no one on earth could die. The world grew full and chaotic. When the gods found out, they were furious. Sisyphus was ordered to die. The second time, he deceived even Hades. He convinced the god of the underworld to let him return to earth for a short time, to say goodbye to his wife. He never came back. He built his city higher. He laughed louder. He thought he had beaten death. But no one beats death. Eventually, Zeus ordered Sisyphus dragged back in chains. There would be no more cleverness. No more loopholes. Instead, there would be a punishment outside time. He would push a massive stone up a steep mountain. Each time he reached the top, the stone would slip, just before the summit, and roll all the way down. He would begin again. Forever. At first, Sisyphus screamed. He cursed the gods. He roared into the sky until his throat cracked. He shoved the stone in rage, bloodied his hands, tore at the mountain with bare fingers. But no one came. No one listened. The stone rolled back down. And he followed. Years passed. Decades. Centuries. He tried to remember the feel of the sea breeze in Corinth. The warmth of his wife's hand. The faces of his children. But the memories faded like mist in sunlight. All that remained was the rock. And the mountain. But then something curious happened. One day, as he trudged behind the stone, breathing hard, sweat in his eyes, he noticed a small bird land on a branch nearby. It tilted its head at him, as if studying. It chirped, once, then flew away. He hadn't heard a sound in centuries. He stopped. He looked up. The sky was still gray, but not entirely dead. There were shades to it. The wind had a pattern. The air, a rhythm. And slowly, step by step, Sisyphus began to change. He stopped raging. Not because he had given up, but because he had awakened. He began to study the stone. He knew its weight, its grooves, its resistance. He found better footholds. He made the journey smoother. More efficient. He no longer fought the fall, he welcomed it. Each time the stone slipped from his hands and crashed back to the bottom, he would stand at the peak for a moment, breathing deep. He would look out over the world below, not to escape, but to see. He saw time pass in the growth of moss on the rocks. He marked the seasons by the change in wind. He found joy in the simplest things, the feel of sun on his shoulders, the grip of his palms against stone, the beat of his heart as he climbed. The gods had meant to break him. But they had only stripped away distraction. In the rhythm of endless effort, he found clarity. And so Sisyphus became something else, not a prisoner, but a pilgrim. Not a punished man, but a purposeful one. He no longer asked, "When will this end?" He asked only, "How fully can I live this moment?" They say he still climbs that mountain. Still pushes that stone. But if you listen closely, you might hear him humming to himself, smiling beneath the weight. And in the silence between steps, you might even hear the truth the gods tried to bury. That meaning is not found at the summit, but in the climb.